All right, guys, straight out of Miami with DavinciJ15, the one and only one. What we will do today in this exclusive episode, we will take DavinciJ15's special and exclusive views on the market situation right now. You have seen the crazy moonshot, so we will cover that. And also what we will cover is the exact setup which we will need to lay down DavinciJ15's game plan for that market right now. And in the end, we have a very special announcement, a very special update for Pandora's Wallet as well. Before we start with the very, very exclusive content in that exciting times in the market, we want to ask the most important question of today. DavinciJ15, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Chris. My leg's healing every day. Still not 100%. It's been a long time. I got to see the doctor because I'm a little nervous. Like, well, it still hurts. It's still hard to walk, but hopefully in another at least 6 months, I'll be 100%.
Wow,
I'll be happy with that.
It's like that. You had like 95% so fast and the last 5% are so slow. Man, guys, smash up the like button for DaVinci getting faster to 100%. I mean, 6 months. That sounds like a nightmare, but we can see you are living the good life still. You are in Miami. You are on your balcony, just with me next to you, obviously. So it's great to see that you are still living the good life. You have fun. You are developing on Pandora's Wallet. So let's hope that your leg will heal very, very soon. So yeah, yes. That being said, thanks for taking your time. You are, as we said, you are in Miami. You are still working on Pandora's Wallet abroad. So yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin and your view on that crazy moonshot and the current market situation right now. And before you start, let me just point something out. I think you opened a trade at 5,000-ish or so. Then you were looking at closing that trade at 5,380 or so. But still, I mean, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, while we were in Paris, you were still pointing out that we have two different scenarios, like the first scenario further down and the second scenario. And you said exactly, I mean, guys, you can go to the channel, correct me if I'm wrong, you said 5,800. And if I'm not wrong, this is the price we are facing right now. So how is your view on this whole current crazy market situation right now, DaVinci?
Well, I'm impressed that Bitcoin got up to $5,800 level, but you know, we kind of knew that that's where it was going. With the last event, with the Bitfinex event, it made so much technical damage that I was a little nervous that the 5,800 level was not going to get hit. And man, I'm impressed that it did it. Did it just right up there. I remember in the last episode that we talked about the gap. I was showing you guys the gap, how the price had a huge gap near the when it rolled over at 5,380, and I felt once it gets up there, it's going to be like decision time for what we're going to do. And I don't know if it was going to get up to the 5,800 because it's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of selling pressure. But wow, that selling pressure just disappeared and just went right up there.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. But you know what? I wish I had looked closely at the charts. I wouldn't have sold my Bitcoin, my small holdings of Bitcoins on that bet at the 5,380 because I was looking at the price charts yesterday. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll sell because it was right at the gap. It was right at the gap, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll sell. And I didn't really look at the charts because if I did, and I'll show you guys right now, I would have saw this.
But let me before while you're pulling that out, let me say something. There are different market participants. One of those were short at 5,000, so they are wrecked. Other people were on the sidelines. They missed out on profits. And very few people only catch the bottom, catch the top. So what you basically did is you still had like 8 or 9% profit from 5,000 to 5,480, 5,380, 5,400-ish. So that's still more than decent, isn't it, in that short amount of time?
Yeah, it was like 5,200 opening trade, and up to the 54, close to 5,400, right, 58. It was right around here that I saw the price, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm done. I don't think it's gonna go higher. and I was looking. I just looked at the MACD and looked at the on the trading app on Bitfinex. Not Bitfinex. Sorry, Bitstamp. Sorry, I'm not on Bitfinex.
No, no, no! Don't do that! Don't do that!
No. I left Bitfinex a long time ago when just before they lost a lot of people's money last time.
Yeah, you are always using Bitstamp. We know that. You're always using Bitstamp.
So, anyways, yeah, I got out of the. It was not a whole lot of money. I just got out of that trade because I was like, I was not 100% confident in this trade because it's not in my trading plan, and so that's why I got out of it. And look what happened. Boom.
Yes. But as you said, I mean, that was a smaller trade, and you still have your Bitcoin holding, isn't it? Your holding
Yes.
positions.
I
Yes.
have a large position in Bitcoin still. I do have like a cash position waiting to be deployed, and I'm not FOMOing here. I know a lot of people are FOMOing here.
Mm-hmm.
I know how you are out there. I know you want to get in here. You feel like Bitcoin's gonna go to the moon. To the moon! Let's go to the moon! No, it's not, people.
We all know what then happens. But you mentioned something interesting. You said you still have also, besides your big Bitcoin holding, you still have a US dollar. No, I wanted to say US dollar Tether holding. You have a US dollar holding. So what actually has to happen that you will take that US dollar holding? And this is what the people are asking themselves right now. What has to happen that you are taking your US dollar holding and you are scaling back into Bitcoin? What's the game plan?
Well, yeah. I want to talk about that, but I want to just finish off this point here, this is where I was like decided to get out. Now, the reason why I didn't, I should have like looked at the charts, is because if I saw the 1 hour, you can see that the 1 hour stayed above the 13 EMA all this time, and because it's staying above the 13 EMA, that means it's going higher, and the market and industry players are looking for longs, not for shorts. And if I had seen that, I would have kept my position in and been happy to take out my profits up here at 5,800, which it hasn't touched yet, and the market looks like it wants to go up to that level at the very least, before we make a decision on where it's going to go.
Wow.
Now, as for my portfolio, remember, I'm not FOMOing. Right? I got large cash position that I want to deploy into Bitcoins, but I'm not FOMOing here. It looks like it's gonna go to the moon,
Woo! Bye bye.
But markets don't trade in a straight line. They don't go straight up. No market does. So a lot of people have asked me, well, what if it never comes back down? Well, yeah, that's a possibility, but unlikely. Unlikely. But let's say that possibility does happen. Where would I have to decide, okay, you know what, DaVinci, you're completely wrong. You know what, you need to readjust your strategy and come up with a new strategy, because, buying at 4,200 is where what we were discussing is not going to happen. Well, if Bitcoin, this is called this used to be support. This level here with this dashed red line, you see that dashed red line, Chris?
Yes, we see that. Also, I wanted to mention, this is your long-term trading setup regarding your Bitcoin long-term holding portfolio, and the green trade location is the long-term trade location, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. That's where, if any of you guys want to just buy and hold forever, you're buying in a great position. So if you FOMO in here, don't feel bad. Just hold your Bitcoins once it rolls over, which is the most likely thing, and just hold because it's going higher, right? So don't worry about it. This is a fine position. Anywhere you buy in here is fine. So if Bitcoin breaks above into this what's called the support level, right? It was a support, now it's called resistance. Because previous support, once broken, becomes resistance when it's coming back up. So we're going to see a lot of trade action right here, where it should roll over at least around here, if it wants to go higher. Now, if it does not roll over and come back down, and it might do some serious technical damage, because it's gotten up so high. That technical damage, meaning that it could go way lower past the 3100 level, unfortunately, because you're getting a lot of people FOMOing here, and these FOMOers generally sell at the bottom, and so they will push this market down lower as it like really crushes their hearts and comes all the way back down to $3,000 from 3,500 level, and they just can't take it anymore, right? And they don't want to lose 50% of their money, and they feel that they're lost 50%, so they're out, right? And then that causes the market to dump even further, and that's kind of sad, but that's how markets work, right?
Yes.
And we have to live with that. But if for some reason Bitcoin stays above this support level, breaks above it, and stays above it, and creates this level, this resistance level into support, and it bounces around here, there's something wrong, something has changed with the market, and we must decide to reevaluate where I need to get in, and I need to get in somewhere around here, around
Yes.
6,500 to 6,200 level. So that's what I would do if Bitcoin were to break higher and continue higher. I don't see it going higher forever. Just it's not going to happen unless the dollar is collapsing, right? And
Yes.
I don't see that happening yet.
So
But it could be.
basically what we have right now in front of us, we have two different scenarios. And let me start with the way more unlikely scenario you mentioned in the end right now. And this is the scenario that we will go above the 6,150 mark, which you think is the way more unlikely scenario, but if it goes above, the resistance becomes support, and we are holding that price level. You would actually assume there is something wrong with the market, and market, you are talking about the general economy, then there will be something wrong. You will deep dive more into that, check out what it is all about, because the reason for that is you will need significantly high buy volume to sucker in all those sells at the 6,150 price level to hold that level. So if we hold it, you will reevaluate your strategy and go maybe even in above, but this is the very unlikely scenario, isn't it?
Exactly. It's not to sucker in the sell orders. The sell orders are going to come like crazy.
Yes.
Because there's going to be a lot of people who bought and held around 6,000 and feel like, oh my God, it came up to 6,000, I got to get out.
Yes.
And so that pressure of getting out, people getting out, somebody has to suck up all that sell pressure.
Yes.
And if somebody is sucking up all that sell pressure, they must be doing it for a reason, because they could just dump the market, short the market instead of buying and being able to buy at a lower price. So why are they doing that?
Yes.
Right.
It will be the big guys actually doing that.
Exactly. So you have to ask yourself, well, why are they doing that? If they could do a short, right, and buy it at a lower price.
Yes.
Right. So you have to find out what fundamental information has changed in the market that you're not seeing as a technical analysis, right? Because there's got to be something that you're not seeing at that point.
But now we are coming to the more likely scenario, and that scenario is that Bitcoin will be rolling over, and you can scale into lower prices, and you will actually start scaling it at 4,200 and then even cost average down when it goes even lower, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. If it goes lower, I'll still be buying.
Yes.
All the way down, and this is no matter where I buy. This is my hold for the big move higher forever, wherever it comes down to. And yeah, it could go crazy low, but it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm buying Bitcoin at a cheap price either way.
Oh, man. We at MMCrypto, we are a team of 10 people, and we all love cheap. This is actually our favorite number. But I mean, we have the perfect setup. What you are not doing right now is FOMOing in. Between those two price levels, you are not going to FOMO in. You have your clear strategy set. So the best case scenario, it sounds a little bit paradox, but if it goes down, you will have the return on investment, ROI wise, the best case scenario where you will be scaling in from 4,200 and lower. And the worst case scenario actually will be that the Bitcoin price will go higher and you will you will rationally go into Bitcoin when it holds the new support at 6,150. But even the worst case scenario, it's a very good case because you already have your holding portfolio and you went out of Bitcoin at, I don't know, like 17,000, weighted average was 17,000 or so. So
exactly.
Even the worst case is not all too bad, but as you said, the worst case has the lower probability, by far the lower probability. So you are still looking forward for Bitcoin to roll over to go to at least 4,200.
Exactly. I'm looking for that rollover. That's the highest probability. And you know what? It's kind of I could feel that the tension from many people coming at me saying, "Hey, DaVinci, I want to buy. Look, it's gotten so high. I feel like I've missed the boat."
They are doing that right now.
Yeah, they're doing that right now.
In the Telegram group.
To me right now, people are texting me nonstop.
Yes.
Telling me they should get in. And listen, you don't want to get into this boat. The probability of this boat sinking and you going down with the ship is pretty high.
Yes, exactly. But I love the analogy with the boat. But as you said, you need one strategy in case we are wrong. You need that strategy because otherwise you will be just sitting there and be sad, and I don't know, you will even more feel bad as you are missing the boat. Even though it's a low probability, you need the strategy for that low probability scenario. And you actually have that, and it's great to see you telling us that.
Yeah, and even if you didn't buy in here, like we're at what, 5,700?
Yes.
And we only have a $500 difference to know that, hey, you know what, I'm completely wrong. So why can't you just wait $500? What's $500 between friends, man?
Exactly. And I mean, it's the lowest probability, so there is a high probability that you won't even lose those $500 difference per Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for shedding some light on that. We were talking about the Telegram group, guys. DaVinci is also in there. The link is given down in the description down below. Also, let us know what is your specific game plan in the market right now. Do you think that makes sense? Will you also be looking at a similar scenario? Do you have your own strategy? Let us know in the comment section down below and smash up the like button, guys. We are trying to get like tremendous amounts of likes on that video. Won't say any numbers, but we are trying to get that. So make sure you smash up the like button. Also in appreciation for DaVinciJ15 taking his time straight out of Miami. And now in the end, guys, don't go out. The next update will be very, very entertaining because DaVinci made some deep in analysis with his team. So now we are coming to the Pandora's wallet update. And yeah, DaVinci, let us know, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, we're going to be providing a release on Monday with quite a few updates and fixes for our software. And also, one of my developers have decided to do some research into other cryptocurrency wallets that have massively increased the number of coins that they offer and cryptocurrencies that they offer. And we wondered, how is this possible? Without a large team. They must have a large team of developers behind them. And so he decided to we're not going to name who it was, what application it was, but we decided to decompile it and take a look at how they accomplished this. Because it's a lot of work. And it turns out, he's not 100% sure, but it turns out that you don't have the keys. Even though this wallet asks you to save your 12-word password and acts like you have your keys.
Yeah. You
do not sign your transactions on your wallet. They sign it on their servers.
Wow.
With your keys.
Wow. So
and so we were quite shocked. And so he's like, yeah, I got to double check this. Because this is unreal.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, let me just put out a quote from Andreas Antonopoulos. He said, not your keys, not your coins. And this is exactly what's going to happen. I mean, just look at Mt. Gox, look at a Bitfinex story, look at Cryptopia, look at so many stories out there. This is exactly what's going to happen. Not your keys, not your coins. So on Pandora's wallet, you are actually holding your coins. It's not like on that application, which we are not disclosing the name, when they are giving you a 12-word seed and the private keys are generated out of that seed, and you are writing down 12 words, you assume immediately that you are getting the private keys also and that you are signing the transactions with your own private keys, which you are holding on your own device. But actually, this is not what is going to happen, but it is what is going to happen with Pandora's wallet and what is happening right now also.
Exactly. Pandora's wallet works that way. And that's what makes it so difficult to add coins, is because a lot of coins have different methods of signing the transaction. Yes. And with those different methods, you have to program each and every one in to the application, to the client application. And we provide our source code open for free for people to take a look, see how we're doing the signing, and examine it for themselves, so that you can see that, hey, it is your keys, it is your wallet, it is your money. Yes. And we don't touch your money. You have to sign the money over to another person. And you can see that in our source code that we check both what our server provides for you to sign. Yes. In our application, so to make sure that you are signing your money over to the right person every single time. DaVinci,
this is the reason why we are here for. I mean, it's the same for sound money. For Bitcoin, for example, you want open source. You want the full transparency. This is why we are here for. This is why we are sitting here on your balcony. It's always about open source, full transparency, peer-to-peer, and this is only possible if you're holding your own private keys. So it's great to see that you guys are also open source. Many people are looking for fancy designs, doing shapeshift transactions and so on. And you guys are actually, you decided to put the security first, to work on the code, to work on high security for the customer. And then in the second step, you will be adding a fancy user interface once the security is set. So guys, please always remember that. Do you want security first, or do you want fancy user interfaces first? If you want fancy user interfaces first, look out for a second Mt. Gox or maybe another fancy wallet out there. If you want security first, and then maybe in a month or two or so, fancy user interface, you can go for Pandora's wallet, where the link is given down in the description down below. 30 days free trial. I mean, for 30 days free trial, no one can hate on anyone, because it's free. It's not even cheap.
Exactly. And if you need some more time, just give us a shout and we'll gladly extend your trial period.
So you can get more than 30 days for free.
Exactly.
Come on, guys. So check it out. Make sure you check that out. We tried it on ourselves. We really like it, and you will actually be supporting DaVinci. He is looking sometimes at the turnover, and every time someone is doing the trial, even, he is so happy. I already witnessed that live. So guys, make sure you check that out. DaVinci, we already have to end today's episode, but the next one is also coming very soon. Do you have any last words to say, maybe on the market, on anything else?
Yes, please. Don't FOMO. No FOMO. No FOMO here.
Do not FOMO into the market. Yeah. We hope you took some notes on his strategy. We hope you're doing your own strategy, because that's always very important. Do not FOMO in. Make your strategy. The best case maybe a scenario strategy, and stick to that strategy, because with that way you can exclude to a certain degree your own human emotions, your psychology, and that's very important when it comes to trading. So thanks for that last final words, for that last knowledge bombs dropping on our heads. So that being said, guys, the next episode with DavinciJ15 will be coming very, very soon on our channel. Also, his channel is in the description down below, where he will be also dropping some videos in the future. So make sure you go there. Make sure you subscribe to our channel as well. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, the bell button, and also check out Pandora's wallet. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you at the next episode of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, bye-bye.